Hey guys, G-Show here with Blindsided Sports covering the Buffalo Bills, and we are 1 day away from the NFL Draft, and it is like a kid on Christmas Eve right now. So much talk, so many hypotheticals, so many options out there. We're going to dive into it here. We're going to do a little pre-draft show here, just go over a couple things that I think the Bills are going to be looking for. So come hang out, and don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30, we're going live. We're doing a little pre-draft. Once that draft starts at 8 o'clock, it's going to be lit here at the Blindsided Sports Studio. Come hang out. Come tune in. It's going to be absolute chaos. And I want to hang out with all of you guys. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff right now so that when we go live tomorrow night, you can be here. Let's go. I'm all pumped up because I keep hearing all this stuff about what the Bills need, what they don't need, who they're going to take, who they're not going to take. And something that I keep seeing is the Bills taking O-linemen at that 9 pick. And I don't think there's a shot in hell. There's too many guys. There's Dalton Risner. There's Caleb McGarry. There's guys that the Bills have been into, met with, private worked out with, that are gonna be there in the second, third, fourth round. We brought all these guys in this year. We're not going O-line first round. If we were going to go O-line first round, if we were going to take a Jonah Williams or a Jawan Taylor or an Andre Dillard first round, we wouldn't have brought in 6 new guys. Look, we got Dawkins, we got Teller, we got Nasecki, we got Mitch Morse, we got Feliciano, we got Quentin Spain, we got Wyatt Teller coming back. We're set on O-line. We don't need a... I can't say we don't need him because if we bring in a guy that's a 10-year starter, great. Okay, great. But with where we're at, we need a star with this pick. We need a star in the first round. There's no doubt about it. We're not going O-line. People who have us at mocks with O-line, it's not happening. Another position we're not going with, 100%, I can guarantee you in this first round, is cornerback. I know there's some guys out there. There's the Byron Murphys. I know there's guys. Rocky Sin, my man, Rocky Sin. It's not happening. It's not happening. People constantly forget about our secondary. We have Poyer, we have Hyde, we have Tredavious. We signed Kevin Johnson. Don't forget, Taron Johnson was plagued with injuries last year, but when he was in there and when he wasn't that hurt in the beginning of the year, he played like a stud. And most importantly of all is my guy, Levi Wallace, number 3 rated cornerback in the NFL between weeks 10 and 17 last year. This is our guy opposite of Tredavious. We're not going cornerback. Even if we could trade back, we're not going cornerback. We don't need it. We do not need it. Our cornerback, our secondary is stout. We are going to be the best secondary in the NFL last year. We gave up the fewest passing yards per game last year, and that's with Levi Wallace not coming on till late in that secondary, that second corner spot not being filled in all year with somebody else every game. Okay? And Taron Johnson got sidelined later on in the year, and he was playing with an injury. Okay, our slot corner, who's going to be a stud. Our secondary set, we're not going secondary first round. I know, you're supposed to take best player available. That's all being is pitched. But you also have to look at your needs. Another way we're not going is tight end. I stand firm on this. I was kind of on the fence about Hockenson, and I'm on the Fant trade. I'm on the Irv Smith trade. Okay, but going Hockenson that early, you look at the last 10 years of tight ends that have gone in the first round, especially early first round, they haven't panned out. The Braden Pettigrews, the Eric Ebrons, those guys, those athletic guys who went super high, they haven't been as good as top tier first round talent should be. I'm out on the tight ends. I don't think we go Hockenson. Where do we need to go in the first round? I think a lot of you guys have followed me along. D-line, okay? We either got to go Oliver at 9, Sweat at 9, trade back, get some more capital, get Christian Wilkins later on in the draft in the first round. There's a lot of different options out there. Brian Burns is out there. We got to go DT or DN in this first round. There's too much star power up there. I feel very, very strongly about that. And if we don't go DN, if there's a wide receiver in this draft that they absolutely love, if they think they got to get him in the first round and they think he's going to be a stud, whether it's a DK Metcalf, I know a lot of you guys out there think he's going to be a bust, but whether it's a DK Metcalf or an N'Keal Harry or a Debo Samuel, the guys out there, I'm no scout. But if there's a wide receiver that you think can come into the Bills and compete for the number one wide receiver spot, take him. Or same thing with D-line. Those are the positions that we need. Those are the positions where it seems like there's a lot of star potential this year. I keep hearing trade talks. With the Bills. Being said, we're looking pretty good right now. We don't have any glaring holes in our offense or our defense, which is a telltale sign that we're okay with moving back. And there's a lot of teams that they're talking are looking forward to moving up. The Redskins, the Giants from 17, the Steelers at 20. The Steelers is a big one. I just saw a report saying the Steelers give up their first-round pick at 20 and their second-round pick at, I want to say 45, right around there, maybe 46. But they give up their first and their second and their fourth to move up. That's a huge trade. If we can slide back and get another second-round pick when we know, or at least we're confident that the second round is stock full of talent, that's a huge, huge trade. If we could trade back and get a Christian Wilkins at 20, we get a DT, or even Brian Burns there, or a Noah Fant there at 20, and then we trade back and we have two second-round picks, I'm all for it. There's so much talent in that second round between O-line and wide receiver. I think it's a great move to trade back. And then, with the stock, with the capital that we're going to have, once we move back, if we do, look for the Bills to package up a little deal and slide in end of the first round. It's a viable option. I truly think if the Bills trade back tomorrow, then we're going to have 2 first-round picks. I think they trade back, and then, again, they use some of that capital to trade up and get a guy before night 2, before Friday, the second round. They get that guy that they don't want to see go to anybody else in the early second round. Another trade I hear, Bills getting Gerald McCoy. I keep hearing that. He's been a name that has been dropped all offseason here. Bills, it gets to that 3rd, 4th, 5th round, and we still haven't taken care of that D tackle spot. Say we've done DN, say we've taken O lineman, we've taken wide receiver. We still don't have that D tackle spot filled. Use a couple picks, trade for McCoy. Buccaneers are going to be looking to add players. Rumor mill has it that McCoy might be on the move. Look for Bills to make a late, maybe like a Friday night, maybe like a Saturday day trade for McCoy. Ginormous. Would be a ginormous fan of that. At the end of the day, though, guys, I think the thing we have to remember here is Brandon Beane has been a very, very good GM. We know he's going to do his homework. We know he has guys pinpointed who they like, why they like him at this spot, go from the first round all the way to the 7th. And I think no matter who they take, whether it's Hockenson, an O lineman, a D lineman, a fucking backup quarterback, no matter who they go with in this draft, I think at this point we have no other choice but to trust them, embrace the picks, and anticipate them being significantly better this coming year because of this draft. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. 7:30, we're going live. We're doing a little pre-draft show, and then that draft hits at 8 o'clock. We are going to be fucking tuned in, ready to roll. It's going to be chaos. Every pick means so much. Come hang out. Blindsided Squad, baby. I love you guys. Let's go, Bills.